Here's the great thing about Joe Biden's administration and what our political leaders decided to do with printing all this money. We might all be millionaires soon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look at that.
I can't wait.
You guys want to see something crazy?
Oh, that hyperinflation is.
Let me pull something up for you guys. All right, check this out. We got you ever see the U.S. debt clock?
Yes.
Oh, I tried. I can't even look at it.
It's a
anymore.
real-time debt
let's
clock.
check this out.
Tim, why are you doing this to
The
me?
USDebtClock.org says savings per family $36,875. The average savings per family. So that means grab a random family in the U.S. They got $36,000 in their bank account. That's a lot of money,
That
right?
sounds wrong, but okay.
That's I don't know if that because
That used to be a lot of money.
so.
But hold on.
That's
I'm
the
not-
average because don't they say like
Oh, because
most
certain families have
can't come up
$100
with $600
million.
for an
It says-
emergency or unseen expense?
So it's the average, not the median.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
liquid cash in personal savings for all U.S. families divided by the number of U.S. families.
Okay, so there's a small group of them that are super rich, and then
Exactly.
everybody else.
I don't think there's enough rich people to skew it that heavily, but it's probably like, okay, so maybe the median for the like middle class is probably like 20K or whatever. So, but let me jump over. We have this button. Look at this button right here. It says Debt Clock Time Machine.
Oh no.
And I'm going to click this, and I'm going to jump to 2025. Let me ask you,
Oh.
what do you think the average savings per family will be by 2025?
170.
Based
was
on
what I
the
was
inflation we're seeing now.
107.
All right, Ian says 107. What do you think, George?
Sure, 108.
You Price is right in here.
What have I done?
Wait. Can I go with 109?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
great
you're
work,
all
everyone.
wrong.
Can we
I
get
wanna
the
go
music?
low.
You are all wrong.
170.
$512,000. U.S. debt clock. By
Worthless.
taking the current tracking and the current numbers, jumping 4 years from now says that if you take the total number of liquid cash and all savings and divide it by the number of families, the average is $500,000.
That's pretty bad. So, and here's the thing. Oh,
Wait, but that's a
man.
big number, right?
That means
that
we're
is-
rich.
exactly, like
Hold
I
on,
said,
hold on,
we're
hold
all
on.
millionaires.
So think about this.
All right.
Wait. That means
Yeah.
if one Bitcoin right now costs $36,000,
Yep.
one Bitcoin in 2025 will be worth $500,000.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun. That's a lot of.
Oh man, and here's
That's
the
a lot
thing.
of-
I'm gonna buy Bitcoin.
Well,
Here's a lot of
what's-
ceilings to buy for your grandma. I'll tell
Here's
you what.
what's excuse me. Here's what's really scary about this. So this is the projected numbers by 2025, but I mean, look, back in 2016, no one would have predicted that by 2021 we'd be 28 trillion in debt. So it could be far worse by 2025. Inflation
In
could
2016, the national debt was 19 trillion.
19, yeah, it was just under 20.
Yeah, now we're at 27.
And yeah,
Now we're 28.
28,
something.
dude.
So
28.
By 2025, the national debt is projected to be 50 trillion.
Which is good.
That's fine.
That's fine. Everything's okay.
Well, you can see how it manifests. $512,000 savings per family. What people need to understand that means, right now, what's happening? Somebody's like, I got 36K in the bank. Why do I need to work? I'm good. So then, in order to get people to work, McDonald's is offering a $1,000 sign-on bonus. In order to pay for that sign-on bonus and those increased wages, they charge more for burgers. It just makes everything cost more.
Yeah, exactly.
So right now, there's the Bitcoin conference going on. Have you guys seen this?
yeah, I think Max
There's
Faz's down there.
someone, he walks in, everyone's like standing ovation, and he's yelling, and he's like, F Elon, or something like that. It was hilarious. And there's a big dumpster outside of it that says cash is trash, and it's full of Venezuelan, bolivars,
Wow. Yes.
Oh, wow.
fuerte or whatever.
So people were actually making paper art out of their Venezuelan marks and selling it online. So they would make like bags and wallets and sell those on the internet to get a higher return on their money than they would have just converting it to dollars.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So when you Google it, it's what pops up is our good friend Luke Rudkowski.
Oh.
He says there's free Venezuelan bolivars in a dumpster at the Bitcoin conference. That's nuts, man.
Except they require energy to acquire, so nothing's free.
I think, I would take a bunch of those.
You may as well.
Yeah.
If anything, it'll be like a
bro,
history.
we're fighting over toilet paper right now. Like, come on, they're giving it away for free.
Wood costs a lot.
I think it's made of plastic, though.
Oh, I thought it
But either way, it's like boxes and boxes of bolivars just in a dumpster. You know what the craziest thing is? Because, like, I've been to Venezuela. We had a big black garbage bag full of the money. And I was like, what's the point, dude?
Yeah.
Just bring a $10 bill from America to buy your pizza. Otherwise, I'm not going to hand some guy a garbage bag to throw in his trunk. And eventually, you're just like, dude, I didn't want to carry. It's not even worth it to carry.
Yeah.
Fiat. Well, they keep printing all this money. Joe Biden is $22 trillion in borrowing, $6 trillion in spending. So what do you think's going to happen to the economy?
Well,
man?
what does that mean? Where's he borrowing that from? And what's he? Where? So he's issuing another 22 trillion borrow from the Federal Reserve. Is that what this is?
I mean, the borrowing probably is bonds and loans, etc. Debts. So it could be like, they pledge to pay something and then track an invoice.
But they're
from
going to
the
knock
construction
our
company.
debt from 28 trillion to 50 trillion with this.
By the
22 trillion?
time Joe Biden leaves office after his first term, because he will, and Donald Trump has already issued an email where he said, the next time I'm in office, we are going to be nearly double the national debt, 50 trillion. That's amazing. I remember when they were like, the debt ceiling and the national debt is too high, and now it's just like deficit spend until nothing is worth nothing, and everybody just lives off of saltine crackers.
Basically, yeah. 50 trillion. That's going to be fantastic.
Well, it just means, look, I think the economy will keep on churning, but your savings is gone. So if you have U.S. dollars right now, this is why people are buying, houses like crazy. But I'll tell you what, man. So I got a message today from the Jessica, who does our graphic design stuff. She had a photo. I think it was Starbucks, and they were like, we're out of peaches, we're out of strawberries, we're out of fruit, we're out of coffee, we're out of this, we're out of that. And it was like a sign. They're like, we don't got nothing. So they keep saying supply hasn't caught up yet, and I'm like, then why are the shortages getting worse? Like maybe Joe Biden keeps paying people not to work and printing money like crazy, and I don't know.
I'm looking for a silver lining here. You got
I
it?
don't know.
Buy silver.
Okay. Buy silver.
Well, that's financial advice.
I would never give financial
Everyone can
advice.
sue
Just
Seamus.
kidding.
Friendly
Don't buy silver.
suggestion.
Don't buy silver. That's not what I said.
That's
I didn't say
financial advice too.
I didn't say that.
I think if I ask you for financial advice, can you give it to me as a friend?
He ran away.
Even
He
if you're
ran
not a
away.
finance
Literally ran
officer. Seamus,
Seamus, come back.
in my time of need.
Seamus is just chugging all of his water. He's like a gallon of water.
He's
He
hot
always does.
tonight.
Look, you guys, I wasn't intending to give financial advice. I didn't.
What's a silver lining? I was
feel
looking
like
Dude,
I'm
I
on
think-
trial right now.
Right now, the average savings for family, 36K. Price of Bitcoin, 36K. Coincidence? Maybe. But if inflation is going to track savings, Bitcoin's going to be at 500,000 by 2025. I think it'll be higher.
I think it'll be
actually.
higher, yeah.
Because it's not
that's
just-
not financial advice.
Well, no, because listen. Bitcoin tracking just for inflation, 500,000. But add on the fact that it's going to be more widespread.
Yeah.
So at this Bitcoin conference, it was crazy. Someone posted a video where the line was like blocks and blocks long to get in.
Wow.
Bitcoin is legit here, man.
Yeah.
Elon Musk can cry all day and night about it and post his little silly memes, and nobody cares. People were like posting they were going to sell off Tesla stock. They didn't want to be involved because Tesla is playing dirty games or whatever, or
good for
because
them.
Elon is. But I think if it's tracking just for inflation, 500,000 for a Bitcoin, you add in the fact that we got 4 years of Bitcoin growth, and you got development, $1 million, $2 million per Bitcoin, and then people are going to wish they had some.
That's not financial advice.
No, I don't buy don't.
No, that's financial
I know.
advice, Tim.
Don't do anything. Just don't listen to me.
Is
Don't-
it financial advice
don't
to tell
listen to
people
me.
to invest in Freedom Tunes t-shirts? If I ask someone to buy something,
I think
this
you
is not financial advice, but if you want a Freedom Tunes t-shirt, just go to freedomtunesmerch.com and there's a t-shirt you can buy.
Invest your.
I think you're allowed to suggest them to buy them, but not to invest
To buy.
in them.
It's not an investment. All right. Now here's the thing: the money you have might be worth less in the future,
Good
and you
point.
could have got a t-shirt out of it, but you won't be able to. It'll be too late. So freedomtunes.com or freedomtunes.merch. I'm sorry, freedomtunesmerch.com.
Third
I can't
time's
get
the
financial
charm.
advice. I can't even get a domain name right.
Bro, this
freedomtunesmerch.com.
There
this
we go.
this Bitcoin conference was lit
Oh,
because like
nice.
not
I
only
believe
did they
it.
have the Venezuelan dollars in the dumpster, not only was it jam packed with people who are super enthusiastic about this decentralized currency, but Laura Loomer confronted Jack Dorsey, and I'm all here for
He
it.
was
man.
there. Jack Dorsey was at
Jack
the Bitcoin
Dorsey was
conference?
speaking, and she
Really?
got up.
Bitcoin is good.
She got up and she's like, "You are manipulating elections." And then I guess she got security threw out or whatever. But I'm like, that's excellent.
So
Good
you've
for her.
both taken him to school.
Oh, I mean, Laura has gone after everybody. She chained her. She handcuffed herself to the Twitter building in New York. Didn't she?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's I just yelled at the guy. I guess I argued with him.
Jack-
He had his
That was-
bodyguard.
That
time.
was when Tim and
Yeah.
I met. I asked him to do a voice in the cartoon I made about you yelling at Jack Dorsey.
Yeah.
It's like I was unaware of everything that was being done. At
Oh, yeah,
Monica.
we
have
we're
to
gonna-
discriminate against conservatives if we want people to be free on our platform. That's the only way.
And then who did the voice of Vijay Gaude?
I think it was me. Yeah.
No.
I didn't I couldn't do an impression of her, so I just did like a generic bad female voice.
It's like, well, actually, that we have to. The reason the website did this.
But I was more. I mean, the Jack
Twitter
Dorsey
exists
impression was-
to just make sure all
Oh,
conservatives
free
can rot in
speech.
hell. The only way people are free to speak is if conservatives can't talk. It's just the only possible solution.
Yeah.
That's
No,
basically
I
what he
think
said.
they genuinely believe that a run-of-the-mill conservative is like, when they imagine a regular conservative, it's like a liberal, like Ezra Klein. That's how they see conservative.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna take a line from Michael Knowles here, but as he says, or to put it in his words, the only thing conservatives have been able to agree on since the Cold War is to cut taxes. And so I think to many people on the left, like that's just what conservatism is. Like conservatism, when you talk about tax cuts, but everything else is just that's weird alt-right stuff or something.
What is right wing anymore?
Yeah, dude,
Nazis
it's
were
insane.
right wing.
I heard Ian was right wing, and I was like, that's not correct.
I know.
Wait, who
what
said
what
Ian
is this
was right-wing?
topsy turvy world now? I don't
Ian's
understand.
right-wing?
I hang out with Tim,
Ian,
so I
Ian
guess
is
so.
literally a long-haired freaky people. You know, from that
Dude,
song.
Yeah.
I try to be center, but
Ian's
I mean,
not
I am
right-wing.
drawn to the left. I'm drawn to the wicked, wacky, wild, psychoactive experience of reality.
That's not right wing at all. That's like not
It's
even.
not.
That's one of the least right wing things I've ever heard in my life.
That's what I'm talking about.
Timcast IRL is a far-right podcast hosted
right.
by a liberal and some weird hippie guy.
As soon as I'm off air, Ian's like telling me I need to like read Aquinas and.
Yes.
People don't realize it's a wig.
But that's actually crazy
Fine
too.
crime.
Ian's
It's
got a
funny
very
that- it's funny-
short haircut.
It's funny that that's also considered right wing now. Like it's just strange how all like the foundational philosophy of our culture is scary and dangerous.
I would suppose Jesus was probably left wing. Would have been considered left wing for his time. Like he was a radical, anti-establishment. He spoke out against the empire.
So yeah,
But
here's,
wait, real quick.
Yeah.
Speaking out against the empire, what do you think
Exactly.
ANCAPs are?
No.
They're not left wing.
yeah. It's
Like
fine.
the Bitcoin
I'm
conference is
so
loaded with
confused by all
libertarians.
the left and the right thing. I don't know.
Exactly. Well, here's the thing, and this is why we have to be very careful.
Left,
we view
left,
everything.
real quick. Sorry. Just
Yeah, sure,
Left
sure.
literally means evil. That's all you need to know.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, basically.
I'm glad I'm right
No,
here.
that's what I'm trying to say.
It's true.
But no, I mean kind of, because here's the thing. We view everything as left versus right when it comes to our social structures right now. But these were not terms that were used prior to the French Revolution. And so you kind of have to stop trying to put different moments in history into those boxes. I know that the left literally exists and existed from the very beginning to counter the Catholic Church and its goals. If you look at the French Revolution,
This was
and what they did,
Robespierre?
yeah. If you look at the French Revolution and the foundational thinkers of it, and the foundational thinkers of leftism, their entire purpose has always been to counter Christian values, and more specifically the Catholic Church and its goals.
I got it. I was wrong. It doesn't mean evil.
Okay.
I looked it
I
up.
just said
We
it
have etymology. Left means opposite of right. From Old English, lift, which means weak and foolish.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not kidding. It
Left-handed.
also the Dutch dialect loof, meaning weak and worthless.
Wow.
And sinister.
And also, if
Yeah,
someone
sinister.
goes away, they left.
Yeah, there you go.
Odd.
It's
that
all
that
bad.
word has such a negative.
They say the usual Old English winstre winestra left hand literally friendlier, a euphemism used superstitiously to avoid invoking the unlucky forces connected with the left side. Compare sinister. And there you go.
I would suggest we don't put ourselves in the same position that the French revolutionaries found themselves in, dividing people into a left and a right.
Dude, sinister literally means to the left.
Yes, it does.
It means contrary, false, unfavorable, to the left.
And the word sin
well,
is
I
in it.
could have told you, yeah.
And the right literally means right.
Correct.
Correct.
You are right.
That's busted.
So saying someone is far right, you're saying like, you are very correct.
You're very correct.
You're very correct.
Sir, I agree with you very much.
No, I disagree with you because you're right and I'm wrong.
Extremely correct.
That's all you got to say from now on. People are like, you're far right. Be like, thank you. I am correct. I am very right in all of my opinions. Like they are correct. They are right. You're wrong.
There's so many like common words like right, left, wrong, right, light, heavy, dark, light. Like this word, the word light and the word right have so many. There's such simple, proliferative words in our language, but have vastly different meanings depending on how you're using it. I don't like it. It's not enough words. We need different words for those.
Just make stuff up.
Yeah, looking up the origin of light and it's not related.
Light, dark, or it also means light, not heavy.
dark. I don't know.
Not dark.
It comes from lute, light, brightness. This is the word light. That's it. Nothing special.
Light means right.
There you go.
Light makes right.
Well,
No,
humans.
I don't like that direction you're going in, Ian.
All right, thanks.
Light
Pull me back from the edge,
Dude, I
baby.
saw him buying a pack of Skittles earlier.
I mean-
and
Should we?
I think humans really prefer light because we're so visually oriented. I think that's
Definitely.
Well, it was because darkness was like nighttime was scary.
scary.
Yeah.
You know, there's like
You
bears
die.
and stuff. You're like sleeping and you're like, you know, mind your own business, and like a bear comes out and he like bites you.
We really are in. This goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Like the Americans being born here is such a just valuable in and of itself. And I was thinking, just talking earlier today about how it's kind of like being in the king's court. Like as Americans, if the earth was a kingdom, we were the ones that were born in our living court drama right now. This is all that's going on inside the castle. It's really
Well, let's be real.
Great.
Like,
Like-
you know, Ian, when we were choosing our characters for the simulation, like we all chose easy mode.
basically.
We were like, let's put on casual, you know, American, and Ian chose white male.
Yeah.
Just absolutely
I
determines
want the
everything.
best ending. I'm just gonna beat it, help as many people as I can,
Beat it.
and maybe I'll
Just-
try it on hard mode next time.
Yeah, and hard mode would be being born in like Somalia,
And today it would be, yeah.
Yeah.
or you can be born in like the middle of Australia, I guess, to like a witch doctor family of like weird European settlers who found themselves in the middle of the outback, and you're fighting scorpions and kangaroos at the same time, and kangaroos that throw scorpions at you.
Oh yeah. They carry them in their pouches.
The worst kind. Yeah. I can
And
see
then
it.
once you get close enough to the cities, the kangaroos are now like pink. They're like the same animations, but they're 10 times stronger because the simulation didn't feel like making new monsters.
Yeah.
That's just the reality of it.
Elite kangaroos.
Uh-huh.
They're purple. Have you guys seen that video where the kangaroo is at the guy's window, like banging, trying to get
Dude,
on?
yes, that's terrifying.
It's all ripped.
This
Like,
is why
Scary.
Australians need guns.
There you go.
Don't know why they got rid of them. Can you imagine a kangaroo just banging on your door? I don't know what I'd do if I didn't have my weapons.
Aren't, like-
Look, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna get into a fist fight with a kangaroo.
Nope.
Have
I
you
thought
ever
they
been
were
up
friends
close?
with kangaroos. I thought like in Australia, like kangaroos are like people, you know.
I don't think
I
so.
watched a video where there was like
Australia went to war with emus, didn't they? And lost.
really?
What
Did
they
they?
did?
and lost.
They lost.
No
Probably
one
did.
can beat the emu. What happened?
I need to double check this.
Let's look
I saw a
this up.
video where like people at a barbecue and a kangaroo just like jumps in and everyone's like, "Hey mate," and the kangaroo's like doing his thing or something.
Awesome.
It's like bouncing around.
I
Yeah,
was.
yeah. So they're not that nice to animals. Australia did go to war with emus, and they did lose. They did lose the war. They were
Wow.
just a pest all across Australia. Fun fact: you learn something new every day.
What is an emu?
I'm pretty anti-war, but I might be able to get behind the emu war. Unfortunately, they
Yeah.
did lose, though.
It was funny when Sydney Watson was here and she told Ian about drop bears.
Yeah.
Ian was all like, "Whoa!"
But they were fake.
yes, there's no drop.
She took me
bears.
for a ride.
What did she? What was she saying? Drop bears were.
So like, it's a joke that Australians have to trick non-Australians, where they claim that koala bears will like drop from the trees and land on you and like maul you or something. Drop bears.
I'm not in a position to deny or
I
confirm.
believe it, right?
Don't they have like big onion rings?
I'm
or
not gonna
whatever?
like question the lived experience of someone who's come to my country
Exactly.
from a foreign
Or-
land.
or is
She's
like-
obviously here for good.
Do Australians get mad at
Purposes.
Outback Steakhouse and Foster's beer?
That's a good
Is
question.
it like cultural appropriation?
Foster's, yes, I think.
They don't
Foster's
like
isn't in
Foster's.
Australia though. I think.
Right.
Yeah, not there.
It's Australian for beer, but it's not Australian,
Looks like the Irish
Yeah.
people get angry at Guinness.
which
Yeah.
is too
I
bad
don't
because
know.
that's a great beer.
Yeah,
I don't
here's
think
here's,
they do,
here's a
though.
secret. Y'all have never had a real Guinness.
I don't
Unless
think I
you've
have.
actually
Yeah, the
been,
Guinness that's in Ireland is different when
Yup.
they ship it over. It
Boom.
actually messes with the
Well, I
consistency.
had one
of
in
it.
Dublin at an
They-
airport.
Yeah.
They do the. There you go. That's the real one. They do
Yeah,
the
I had it in
legit.
Scotland.
The legit. You know, Guinness gives out only to the people in Ireland.
The history of Guinness is pretty interesting. The Irish dock workers didn't have any money. They were making beer, and then they'd sell all the beer would be gone. And at the bottom of the barrel, there'd be this dark sludge, and they didn't have any money, so they just started making beer out of the sludge.
Sounds like Guinness.
Of course we'll drink it. It's alcohol.
That's
and it's like
right.
at the bottom. They're like, yeah, of course we'll try
it
it. Why not?
became one of the most
I'll have some of
delicious, beer, in my opinion, on the planet. Probably
I
the
love,
most.
I love that
That's-
our
that's,
contribution was the bottom of the barrel.
That's a racist stereotype.
You're right, I'm sorry, it was
British
really
people
offensive.
actually drink more per capita than Irish people do.
Is that true?
Yeah, I was reading about
Good.
it.
It's the guilt.
And
they
the
should.
Irish drunk emerged because this is what I heard. It could be false. That when Irish immigrants were coming to the United States, like in the early 1900s and like late 1800s, they would pretend to be drunk if they were homeless, so they can get a free night's sleep in the local jail.
Oh.
Clever.
I know that they're called paddy wagons because Irish people were disproportionately arrested, but I don't know about that. They're like, oh, I was pretending. Of course, I was just pretending so I could go off to jail for the night. I wanted somewhere warm to sleep.
People
it's
do it
just
now,
an
though.
act. I'm totally just pretending because I've had too much alcohol in me system right now.
People do it now, though. People like homeless people will commit a low-level crime to get a free place to stay.
That's so sad.
Yeah,
so
man.
sad.
You occasionally get people that claim that they're. I can't make this joke. I was going to say
Don't.
that they complain that they can't breathe in order to get taken to the hospital
No.
instead of the jail.
Come on.
Brutal.
He did
Yeah,
that.
come on.
It's not really. It's not a
True.
joke. That's the worst part.
It's true. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
People
It's not a
feign
joke.
medical illness when they're being arrested, so they get
Absolutely.
taken to
Often. That
the
was
hospital.
testimony in
That
the Chauvin
happened
trial. They do
before,
it a lot.
Oh.
All right.
So then that makes it just harder to deal with everything. And then you get young people who don't understand how the world works, and they're like, burn it down. And then they literally go and burn it down, and then they forgot the name of the guy they're fighting for.
They were fighting for a guy named Sony as they walk out with a 50-inch flat screen under their arm.
Yeah. There was looting and fires the other day in Minneapolis in the no-go zone and around it.
After they put it back up.
Yeah, it was after they shot a guy. The marshals killed a fugitive. And so they were like, let's go riot. And then Unicorn Riot, this lefty group, like interviewed a guy. And he's like, I'll be honest, I don't even know the guy's name. I can't remember. And they're like, his name was like Winston, I think, or something. Yeah, I can't remember his name. But then he was like, I don't even know his name. And like, you're torching stuff in the street. Like, don't you think it's kind of important, you know? The joke I made was like, could you imagine if you showed up for like a business meeting and you're like, I'm on the 50th floor for a business meeting. And who are you meeting? I don't know. No idea. It'd
make
be
some
like,
money.
sir, you can't come in. Like, you're not here for any particular reason. That's the nature of activism these days, though, guys. Thanks for checking out this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. If you want to see the full show, come back to this channel, youtube.com/TimcastIRL, Monday through Friday at 8 p.m., where you can leave comments and super chat, and we actually will read your comments on the show. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and if you want exclusive members-only content, segments you can't get anywhere else, go to timcast.com, become a member, and we even have full bonus episodes. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.